BTP. I'm going to show you the bear crawl and the bear walk. The differences kind of between the two. Where you would use them, it kind of depends. You can use them as a warm-up, as a burnout. You could use it as a great stretch before a leg day. More so with the bear walks. For the bear crawls, you're looking much more at activation, so being able to stabilize through the midsection, which is very important when you're doing your deadlifts, your squats, or in essence really any major exercise that you're doing. So picking whichever one, it's hard to argue whether one's better or the other. It's just different exercise for different purposes. So I'll start with the bear crawl and then we'll get into the bear walk. For the bear crawl, you're going to start in a quadruped or 4-point position, very similar as you would to like stabilization multifidus exercise or Superman's. There's a couple different names for them that people refer to them as. So you're going to start in a 4-point position, okay, or quadruped as I mentioned. You're going to have your toes curled under. In this position, I want to stabilize my midsection, okay, to hold me in place. So my spine's going to be neutral, so I'm not going to be in the cat-cow position, right? So you're going to keep your spine neutral, okay? From here, you're going to push yourself up as one solid unit. What I don't want is, I don't want this, right? You're going to move your whole body forward, loaded on both arms and feet. So I'm not primarily on my hands, I'm not sitting back on my feet. Okay? So in this position, you're going to hold this in the beginning and then come back down. And then again, push up, hold it, and come back down. If you're having a hard time with that, stick with just that for right now. If you can do the crawl itself, yeah, I'll show you how that's going to look. So if you think of how a bear crawls, right, they don't do opposite arm, opposite leg, they'll do same side. So you're going to start in that 4-point position, you push yourself up, and you're going to do right leg, right arm, left, left, right, right, left, left. Okay? The whole time, my goal is to keep my spine neutral. So I'm not shifting as you would with lizard walks or dragon walks or anything like that. Our goal is to hold that position, right? So if I'm coming forward, right, come forward. As I'm walking, okay, my goal here is to not sway side to side. Okay, so that's the bear crawl. For the bear walk, you're going to start almost, you can think of it as like a downward dog or 3-point position. Now here, I don't want to have a rounded back. I want to straighten my back as much as I can, right? For those of you like myself that don't quite have the flexibility yet to drop the heels to the ground, you can have them off, right? And I'm pulling my belly button down towards my legs or towards the ground. Now from here, this is where you're going to start walking in the same format. So you're going to go right, right, left, left, right. The whole time I'm working on holding my back in a relatively stable position. Right, you can do the same thing going back. Okay? So again, to review, I'm going to do the bear crawl into the bear walk. So 4-point from here, push up, right, and we walk. Okay, and you can come up into a bear walk. Here. Okay. So again, for those of you that have much better flexibility than I do, you'll be able to stay up in that pike position in a lot straighter back position. For myself, it's still a work in progress, and for any of you that are also still working on it, right, just lift the heels up off the ground a little bit, and as you're stepping, try to consciously think of, you're gonna go a little bit more into a stretch position. Not to compromise the spine excessively, right? So you still want that hinge to happen at the hips, but do try to push yourself a little bit as you go. Give it a shot, let me know what you think.